for the 6,000 people?
Yeah.
All right. I want to meet you.
Okay, I just want to thank all of you for helping me put this together, and so many of you donated to so many others to be able to be here. It was extraordinary. You wouldn't believe how many people made donations that allowed so many people to be here and do things they wouldn't have been able to do, and I really appreciate that. And those people that received those donations, we keep that private, but they extend so much thankfulness. They're so very thankful for everything that you guys did. And the emails that you sent, well, first we have a photo booth over here that Nelson Ray has set up. Lots of fun, so everybody come over here and get your pictures made. He's going to post them all, and you can steal them and put them in your own off the late night retreat group. And for the emails, Becca and Jenny are going to come up here and read your spouse's name and the emails that I received, a little something about that you sent about them. So if everyone will silence their phones, and this kind of part of the memorial dinner, we want to make this special and remember them. So thank you.
John Hovis passed September 5th, 2013. I lost my John after almost 15 years due to cancer, 10 months from the time of his diagnosis, and he was gone. He sure gave it hell though. He was definitely one of a kind. He was a carpenter and the biggest fan of the St. Louis Cardinals. He loved his kids, and his kids loved him. My kids were 3 and 6 when he came into the picture, and he took them in as if they were his own. So we were together a few years, and then on June 7th, 2003, we were married. I will forever miss him. John Hovis.
Willette Bass passed May 7, 2015 at the age of 44. Missy, her preferred nickname given to her by her grandmother, was very kind and generous. She loved to cook and was known for her magnificent cakes and lasagna. She also did a wonderful job working with our autistic son, teaching him how to pray and to respect women. Willette Bass.
Jermaine Ray passed at age 41. He was a wonderful father, husband, and my best friend. He loved his family and friends with a passion most people will never get the chance to know. He was an avid motorcycle rider and one of the biggest UT Vols fans that ever lived. Jermaine Ray.
Jeffrey D. to his family, or Jeff Sally to his friends, passed away 4 days after our 14th wedding anniversary at the age of 44 on December 20th, 2014. Jeff was a musician who played drums, rhythm guitar, bass, and sing. He could sing and play anything from gospel to rock and roll, but preferred classic country. He was a great entertainer and always had the audience in the palm of his hand, which was one of the things I loved about him. We had some wild adventures, though his love of music and the music business, where I made lots of friends with famous musicians and the musicians that played for them in Nashville, Tennessee and Branson, Missouri. I am so grateful for all the friends that I've made through the music business, because they've been here for me from the day we met until now after Jeff passed away, even though I haven't seen some of them in years and have always been my family. I will always miss singing and performing with him, and watching him perform and seeing the reaction from every audience I had when I sold his CDs during intermission and after the shows. He had a big heart and never met a stranger, which is why I now have such a huge extended family that I love. He received an award from the Country Gospel Music Awards or CGMA, in Branson, Missouri on Halloween back in 2015 called the Crystal Heart Award, which is given to members that they said gone to be with the Lord. I was and still am extremely honored that they gave this award to him, even though I couldn't be there to accept it, but had two friends that did, and one gave it to me when I saw him afterwards. Jeff, Sally.
John Richard Norton Jr., born on January 21st, 1968, passed away on May 28, 2016, from a heart condition we were not aware of. He was 48. John was a great dad. He was always throwing the football, fishing, or making things with our son. He loved to fish, swim, and surf, and that passion was passed on to our son. John was a super funny guy. He loved stupid and corny jokes and would often tell them to strangers he would meet just to make them smile. He was a kind and humble man. He loved to give to others in need, whether it was a friend or the homeless. His work friends called him the Humble King, and rightfully so. John Richard Norton, Jr.
Susan Hill passed away on February 16, 2017. She was known for her positive attitude, especially during her cancer battle. During the last year of her life, she had chemo 3 weeks per month and decorated her fusion pole and dressed in costume for every infusion. Susan Hill.
Preston Carl Upshaw III passed away July 11, 2016 at the young age of 48. Was an amazing, devoted husband and father. There can never be enough kind words to accurately portray the character of a moral, upright, and godly man. All who came to know him during his life can attest to this, and they were forever changed for the better. Preston Carl Upshaw III.
Candace Smith passed February 3, 2012. Proud mother and wife, she loved all animals. Candace was and always will be my heart and soul. Candace Smith.
Louis Gallegos passed September 14, 2013. My husband died 3 months before we would have been married, 51 years. When we got married, there were some people that said it wouldn't last a year because we were total opposites. And because of our age, I was 16 and he was 19. He was quiet and laid back and knew exactly what to do to calm me when I became anxious or my temper blew. He adored our grandchildren and was always so proud of them. We have a great grandson that he never got to know that was named after him. He was truly my soulmate, and I can't imagine what my life would have been had we never met. He completed me in all ways. Louis Gallegos.
Patricia Patty Reed, born March the 13th, 1961, passed October 7th, 2006. A fiercely devoted mother, champion to her children, ever so patient with her husband. She was a calmness in the midst of a storm. We walked hand in hand through adversity, forging us for the trials ahead. I love you, Patricia. Patty Reed.
Warren Lynn Webb, born March 29, 1989, passed August 21st, 2016. The best thing about him was his sense of humor and his unwavering faith in my strength. If I was struggling with anything, he had no doubts I would kick ass at it. He was the guy you went to when you thought you were going to cry because you knew he would make you laugh. Warren Lynn Webb.
Timothy Stephen Buchanan Buck passed September 3rd, 2016 at the age of 54. Tim was the kindest, funniest, most loving man I've ever known. He would give a stranger the shirt off of his back and loved his family with a deep passion. He served in the National Guard for 12 years and was a police officer and detective for over 19 years. We weren't perfect, but perfect for each other for 22 years. Timothy Stephen Buchanan.
Anthony Matos, Sr., also known as Tony, passed away June 10, 2012 of necrotizing pancreatitis. We were married 18 years, together 21. We have 2 kids, Jasmine and Anthony Jr., also known as TJ. He was a computer geek, a gamer, and a friend to all. He was super loving and a great hugger, even wrote hugs. Anthony Matos, Sr.
Brian Adams Jobson, passed October 12, 2012. Brian was the funniest, kindest-hearted man I've ever known. He was a talented musician, audio engineer, and music teacher. To this day, former students still post tributes to him on Facebook. He was the center of attention at every family gathering. Brian was also an infamous prankster. I'm still hearing from the victims of his many jokes. That's what I miss the most, his sense of humor and not being able to share funny stories with him anymore. Brian Adams Jobson.
Mr. Bayer March. Worked with kids for 21 years. He loved the kids and the kids loved him. He especially loved the special needs kids and went out of his way to sit and talk to any child that was being ignored. Those kids participated in his memorial service we had held at the school. Mr. Bayer.
Kenny Howard, passed 4 years ago on May 12th at 44. He was my saving grace. He was everything I never knew I wanted. He was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. He was all heart and pure love. Without this man, I would not be Josh, Tanner, and Jordan's mama. Without him, I would not be Easton Bradley's Nana. Without him, I would not have known what pure unconditional love is. He was my safe place, my home, the absolute love of a lifetime. That Thursday in May, that chance meeting saved my life. I love you, baby. I was your forever. You are my always. Kenny Howard.
Dale Long passed on December 28, 2012. Married on December 16, 1988, 24 years and 12 days. He passed from a massive heart attack known as the Widowmaker. We had 2 children together. They were his world. Dale Long.
Pascal Pat Gargillo, passed away on March 20th, 2015. Pat was my partner in life over 35 years, and I miss him so much every day. He gave me unconditional love, and I always knew I could count on him to be there for me. It's been over 2 years since he passed, and I still hear his voice and feel like he's with me every day. Pat was a great husband and father, and life is hard without him. We had a good life together. No one else can ever take his place, and I can't ever imagine myself with anyone else. I love you, Pat, now and forever. Pat Gargillo.
Alan Jolly passed August 12, 2014 at the age of 33. We were married just under 12 years. Alan was a proud father of 2 beautiful little girls. He loved being a truck driver and loved to take his girls on the road with him. He had a great and sometimes dark sense of humor that matched mine perfectly. Alan taught me to take care of myself, and I'm forever grateful to him. Alan Jolly.